you guys, I wanted to come on here and chat a little bit before I start the content of this video. For those of you that have been following along, we're a homesteading YouTube channel. However, if you followed along closely enough, you know that our infant son has had some medical challenges this year. And we actually just got back, we being me, Maverick, and my mom, from Washington, D.C., where he received his final surgery. And so I've been contemplating whether or not to post this video, but ultimately I decided to do that because this YouTube channel is meant to mainly document our homesteading journey in California, but I think also it's meant for us to be able to look back and kind of see the highlights and even the low points of our lives. So this video is intended to be the story of Maverick. He's our son, born on January 6, 2024. Ultimately, I think it's really important to share this story because we have seen numerous miracles throughout this entire year when it came to Maverick and his medical condition. We had our community praying for us, and he's doing fine after his last surgery, and we just want to give all the glory to God in this situation. And also, we don't want to forget, the lowest lows and now the highest of highs. So I'm going to share a little bit of a backstory with you guys to kind of fill in the details so that I also don't forget. So we moved into our new homestead in California in February of 2024. Maverick was born in January of 2024. And right after we finished moving in, I noticed that his stomach was getting really big and he was vomiting. And it kind of looked like a baby frog in the tummy, which I've had 4 kids, and all my kids have been different. My first was like normal, always 50th percentile, no problems, was ahead of her milestones. My second was super colicky. She threw up all the time. My third was failure to thrive. She just didn't gain weight until she started solids. And so I just assumed with my fourth that this was probably normal and I was just keeping an eye out for it. And so I did go to his 2-month checkup, and when I got to the pediatrician's office, she immediately sent us to our local hospital, to the emergency room, and when we got there, they took us in immediately. That was one of the scariest days of my life, because a couple hours later, we were talking to an oncologist who had basically informed us that Maverick had a 6-centimeter mass on his adrenal gland above his right kidney, and the diagnosis essentially was Neuroblastoma, which, if caught soon enough, can be treated, but we just didn't know how long he had it, if it had spread. And so that night at the emergency room, we spent the night in the hospital. The next day they went to go stage it. Our entire church was praying for us. We had so many people praying for Maverick. The next morning they took him in for a CT scan. They did all the blood work, and we got word that they couldn't find the tumor anymore. And we had literally the oncologist come into the room just apologizing for the misdiagnosis, which in our point of view was a total miracle. He showed every sign of having a tumor. He had very high blood pressure. He had blood in his urine. He had other markers for tumors. So they were very confident in that diagnosis. And then when it was gone, they came in and they were shocked that it was gone. So we went from a very low night to a very high morning. But then they did say that his colon was very distended and that they believed that he showed signs of Hirschsprung's disease, which is essentially when there's a part in your colon that doesn't move. And in order for waste to kind of exit the body, your colon has to essentially contract so that things can move down. And part of his was not contracting. It's called the absence of ganglion cells. So he did not have those cells that would help move things down. And so waste wasn't fully coming out. Maverick was going to the bathroom, but it just wasn't enough for what his body needed to eliminate. And so basically by the time that he got into the hospital, he was essentially starving. Like, he looked rather big, but his tummy was large, but really there was nothing on his bone. In that hospital stay, they were able to confirm through biopsy that he in fact did have Hirschsprungs, and he was rushed to an emergency surgery, his first one, to create a stoma for him, in which he was basically pooping into a bag. We had that bag for roughly 7 or 8 months, and we found the best surgeon in the world named Dr. Levitt out in Washington, D.C. So Maverick has had 4 surgeries, 2 of which have kind of been emergent. He's had numerous hospital stays, a lot of scares, but the Lord has gotten us through, and we're so excited. He is now bagless. He has a colon that is working. And so I'm just going to kind of share through song some videos and pictures that I have of Maverick as kind of just a memory to have here on YouTube. So feel free to watch it if you'd like. I really appreciate you guys tracking with our family online on YouTube. I know this is not our normal content. I am planning on having our Back to Eden Orchard transformation video up hopefully before Christmas. So that's a little bit more kind of our channel speed. But in the meantime, I hope this brings you a little bit closer to our family, and that you enjoy this little montage of Maverick's first year. Okay, so we're gonna officially surprise Ryan. He has no idea that we're home from the hospital. And the kids aren't home, they're with my parents, but they'll be home later. I'm surprising everybody. It was a surprise discharge for us today, so yay, we're home.
Babe, what? What is happening right now? Alright. Is that why you weren't picking up my calls today? Is that what?
He's home.
Alright, go see Mama.
Mommy, I need you to guys open it up.
See, I have a surprise for you.
You have a surprise for me. Maverick's home.
Maverick's home. Yeah, first surgery is done. What do you think, bud? This is our last bag change before surgery, and they reverse your stoma.